Hey, babies. What a weird energy that Pisces season was, but we're here. We made it. This is the first day of the season, the first true day of the season. We have Mercury at a stationary point. That means it's not moving, okay? But it's going to pick up speed like super fast. Now, a lot of astrologers don't mention this, but the nodes are also in retrograde, which means things matter. In the easiest way to put it, when the nodes are in retrograde, which happens, um, again, a lot of astrologers don't speak about it, whatever, but I do, and I've noticed that it means things matter. Stuff that happens now is permanence. There's a permanence to it, especially because Mercury is stationing. It's almost like the internal checklist is up in front of us, and we are sitting there with a very permanent marker, checking things off as we go. I wanted to pull a couple cards about this season and see what's coming up. Now, this is going to be a general reading. So, whatever resonates, leave it, like take it. But what doesn't resonate, just leave it. It's okay. It's for somebody else. And there'll be another message for you another time. I just picked up the deck, and the bottom card was out, and it was the Knight of Swords in reverse. So, there is some sort of communication that's still delayed. There's still some sort of information that needs to come through. I want to see about this information that's coming through. Nine of Wands in the reverse. It is a checkpoint that you missed. Again, we're going through this list, right? We're being able to finally like see what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done, and how much. It's almost like we were all put on pause, and even though we had shit to do, we all knew there was I mean, at least in Ontario here, we saw the craziest weather. I mean, it was everywhere, but it definitely was here too. And we went from like 10 or 15 degrees warm, which by the way, in Canada, that's quite warm for March. It got up to 18, and then the next day it was snowing below zero again. So it has been a bit of a ride for us all, and it makes a lot of sense that there may have been some things, some boundaries, some limitations that were pressed. You may have pressed them on yourself. There may have been other people pressing them on you. But this is about standards that you've had. Like, these are experiences you know. You already did this, so you don't do that anymore. And there may have been, during this Mercury retro period, a time period where you went, that's okay. That's okay, when it wasn't okay. There was alarm systems going off in you, and you just decided to ignore it. And now we got to figure out what to do with that. Now that you know that you have this internal capacity to overlook the important for yourself, for your self-preservation. So again, there's going to be some sort of like breach of trust. Yeah. And it's putting you in your head a little bit. Now, these cards are coming up reversed. In my readings, if all the cards come up reverse, these things have not transpired yet. If some come up reverse and some don't, there's more significant meaning in the moment that we're in. So we're going to keep pulling cards. We're going to find out. But as right now, this is showing up as energies. I'm not taking that. Thank you. I went one at a time. These are showing up as energies that are weighing on the cerebral. They're weighing on your mind. They're sitting in the ethers. You may be ruminating on these boundaries that were crossed, this limitation that was crossed, and ruminating on it in your head. Now these cards are reversed, and here's the upright. So the King of Wands is showing up on the upright. There is a courageous effort to just say, fuck it, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna say the thing. I'm going to tell them they're wrong. I'm going to pull them back from that boundary. Like, no, I gotta insert myself and my self-assertion here. I am confident enough to know what I want and what I don't want. There's lion energy here too, so this might be for if you have Leo energy in your life. There may be a masculine in your life that's inspiring you with a masculine energy. That doesn't necessarily have to be a man. With the King of Wands energy, it can be a man, but it can just be a very masculine person, someone who's very courageous and someone who's very bold, passionate. I want to know about this Nine of Wands. Can I get more information on this boundary crossing? Thank you. The Wheel of Fate and the Ten of Wands. That's interesting. So it may be that you peeped a pattern from your past and you cut and run early. Okay, that might be the situation here. Whatever happened was meant to. Okay, whatever finale just took place, whatever final ending just happened in the last couple of days for you was confirmation about your own self. It really had nothing to do with the other person. I want to know about this Eight of Swords, this rumination energy. What's done about this? Ooh, the Nine of Cups, to clarify. So what you were ruminating on is the fact that there is a beautiful single life for you. This may have been a partnership or a connection that you signed up for hastily, fast, and then you pulled back from it, you know, missing that freedom of independence that you have, that glow that you have when you're all by yourself. Can I get more information on this King of Wands energy? Three of Pentacles in the reverse, and it fell on the floor. This may have been a failed friendship. This may have been a coven or a connection with a group. Four of Swords in the reverse. That you felt isolated from. Interesting. It may be that you need to remove yourself from certain social elements to protect yourself, to honor your boundaries. Bottom of the deck, by the way, is the Ten of Cups in the reverse, with the Nine of Cups here, upright, and then the Ten of Cups at the bottom. This may be, if you are single, and you put yourself out there a little bit, you may find that it's not that you're not ready, it's that your standard's very high and not many people are going to meet it, and that's okay. You're fine standing alone now. You're fine being lonely. It's not lonely at all. It's just alone. Because when you're alone, your manifestation powers are fucking phenomenal. But as soon as you're distracted with somebody else's stuff, especially big fiery energy, it takes you out of your community. It takes you out of your sense of peace and resting, and puts this like impending almost chaos energy at you. I want some oracle for this. I'm going to use the astrology oracle. This is a great deck for learning astrology. But the way that I use these cards, because they're made up of planets, houses, aspects, is that I know those things very well, so I can utilize to understand. The Nine of Wands. Can I get clarity on the Nine of Wands? This boundary crossing, this almost, this, okay, never mind. More information on this, please. Thank you. Pisces. Pisces. It was always about letting go. It was always about being compassionate, being charitable, sympathetic, but not being an escapist, not being a victim, not being chaotic, not lacking faith in self, not being a martyr, okay? We're moving from the negative Pisces to the positive Pisces. Now, the Nine of Cups, Eight of Swords energy, can I get some more clarification on that? I'm pretty sure we know what that is. It's being your own boss, being your own leader, being the CEO of your life. But let's look. Can I get some clarification, please? Clarification, please. Thank you. Ceres. Interesting. So this is a asteroid that we map in astrology, related very much to the nurturing, mothering energy, similar to the moon and Venus, but this is more the dutiful work of mothers, okay? The mother's love, how invincible love takes shape in your world. Issues we may have in our parent-child relationships also represents grief, loss, even our response to the abduction of whom we love most, because Ceres, of course, is Demeter, which was Persephone's mom. And that story is worthy of listening to if you haven't. Ceres rules over food and agriculture, the harvest and transitions. The love of what is simple and natural and good for you. How you treat other living beings, including animals, in respect and reverence. Okay, so again, it came up reverse. There wasn't enough reciprocal love there, and you may have found that there was also an element of your relationship to your mother that showed up in this false start. Let's call it a false start. And the last card, can I get the thank you. That was fast. So this was the how we end this reading. This is going to tell us the result, the reason. Think of this as A plus B equals C. And so because we have this false start that reflected relationships between mother and child, that reflected relationships between nurturing and loving and caring individuals, and how it didn't fit right. The result is unaccepted difference causes unusual disconnect, a turning off of rebellious ignorance. It can also represent either a physical change, such as a genetic imbalance causing a birth defect, or it may represent may represent a poor or unattainable choice of behaviors. It was fate, babe. Okay? Semi-quadrant is what, sorry, I've had that upside down. Semi-quadrant is the aspect in astrology that is referred here, and it's 135 degrees. And it is a force energy. It is not a gentle energy. It's not like a trine where there's this nice flow between elements. This is a hard stop. A hard stop, okay? So understand you were being divinely protected so that you could recognize releasing your standard of love and care when it comes to nurturing your family and yourself. It's high for a reason, and you need not ever place that in anyone else's hands entirely. All right, love. I think this has been our reading. Thank you so much for reading with me and hanging out with me. If you'd like something personal, hit me up. Bye now.